What's going on? It's your man, Mr. Controversy here, representing the three-point conversion. Did you miss me? And yes, this is my NFL diary. Another crazy week in the NFL, people. I guess that's how they get down. A lot of upsets, a lot of horrific wins, a lot of heartache. Hey, let's get to it. So, first of all, I got to say, congratulations, Dallas Cowboys. They come in and get a big win in Washington. Crazy win. The funny thing is, everybody picked against Dallas. Even the Dallas fans picked against Dallas. But Castle played strong. The defense played strong. And they came up big when they needed to. So, first off, before I keep going, let me say shout out to everyone that's listening. I definitely appreciate you. Shout out to the three-point conversion staff, everybody that's working with three-point conversion. I appreciate you. Also, thank you for the people who's following the three-point conversion station and who subscribe to the three-point conversion YouTube channel. I want to appreciate you also. So let's get to it. A lot of crazy things that went on. And it's crazy that Dallas won this week because what a difference a week makes. Maybe 2 weeks, because look at it. 2 weeks ago, New England was undefeated, looking like the best team in the NFL, them in Carolina. Eagles last week looked like they might be the worst team in the NFL. They gave up on Chip. I mean, this is how it looked. Then all of a sudden, what happens? The Eagles come back and beat New England. New England loses twice in the last 2 weeks. So now, instead of being the best team in the NFL, they're not even in position to have a bye. Where they tied with the two teams that has a bye, first round bye in the AFC, but they don't have a bye right now. That's crazy. Eagles are tied for first place in their division. Really? But that's how the NFL works around this time. So, we have a great show going on. We want to talk about, of course, our counterfeit teams. Teams peaking at the right time. We call this dangerous teams. We usually talk about the scariest teams, but this is where they're peaking at the right time. Then also, we want to talk about the best move or best decision the NFL made. And I will get to that. You will understand once I say, and I promise you will agree. And then, who's playing better, Cam Newton or Russell Wilson? So, you know how we do. We got to get this thing started. So let's get the music started. Let's go. Thanks, Sharon Beats. All right. Let's get it. Okay, so now we got to talk about our counterfeit teams. Man. When I say counterfeit teams, counterfeit, and shout out to Joel Schaefer. This is for you, man. He asked me to do this, and at first when you said that, I didn't know, but you were right. I agree. I can't disagree. So, our counterfeit teams. The Chicago Bears. Start out with them. Counterfeit. You know what? Forget that. I'm going to take the cat out the bag. The whole NFC North, counterfeit. Chicago Bears, let's start out with them. Sorry, Jokers. Come on, man. That's my team. But, yes, Green Bay won, and we'll get to that later. But still, you had a chance to come up, to get closer, to get in the playoff game. And what you do? You lose to the San Francisco 49ers. Now, much respect to the 49ers because they play hard and they play hard. And I said it before the game. on my Bears podcast, Talking Bears Outside the Locker Room, I did say I'm kind of nervous because they played pretty well and played tough with Gabbard in the lineup. So we played the 49ers. Their offense couldn't do anything at first. They only had one drive in the first half, which they scored a touchdown. They had 2 offensive touchdowns. I'm sorry, 3. One in the first half, which I said they only had one good drive. The second half, the last drive of the game to score a touchdown. And then in overtime. But the Bears had so many chances to win the game. Robbie Gould, you're garbage right now, man. I don't know what's going on with you, man. I mean, honestly, I'm thinking, are they paying you? I don't want to say that, but that's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? I hate to bring that in, but are you getting paid, bro? What's going on? But then not only that, the offensive play call. Once again, Gates comes in, Adam Gates does his thing and do some bad play calling. I don't know what's going on. Bears, I thought you wanted it. You won a big game last week. Then you give up that game like some suckers. Counterfeit. The Minnesota Vikings, counterfeit. Yes. How in the world you let Seattle Seahawks come in to Minnesota and beat you up like that? The only reason why you scored, of course, was the kickoff. They beat you 38-7. Now, then on top of that, you only give the ball to Adrian Peterson, 8 times? What? You have the best running back in the game, and he only gets the ball 8 times? The coaching staff, are you scared? You're not supposed to play scared in the NFL. You won't win if you play scared. I promise you. You won't win. But let's look at this. When you think about the Minnesota Vikings, what good team have they beaten? Every powerhouse team they've lost to. The Denver Broncos, if you want to call the Green Bay Packers a powerhouse, but just because of the name itself, the Green Bay Packers, the Seattle Seahawks. Come on, man. Yes, I know you're 8-4 now, but you're dwindling down. It's a good thing that we lost for y'all because you play Arizona next. Like I said, you don't win against powerhouse teams. So, counterfeit. Then the Detroit Lions. I'm not even going to really get into how bad y'all are because we all talked about it last week. Everybody else talked about it. Having a lead and y'all blow it and all the defensive defensive players, or should I say the secondary, you get behind the wide receivers for the last Hail Mary. Stupid. The coach need to be fired for that. Counterfeit. And then the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, they won last week. They're the only team that won last week, but you still counterfeit. You won because you played another counterfeit team. Somebody had to win. And, of course, you won in not grand fashion, in dumb fashion because of what happened with Detroit. Aaron Rodgers, hey, you get an award for being crafty, guy. That was a great way to sell that face mask. But still, you're counterfeit. You can't do anything. Your offense sucks. Will this get you going? Probably not. You're not good. So, counterfeit. Yes, I said it. The NFC North, the whole entire NFC North is counterfeit. Now, let's talk about teams that's peaking at the right time. You know, when I think of teams right now, this is the time where you want to get good and you want to get to the point where you're playing your best. And a lot of teams are playing good football right now. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're playing better football right now. Cincinnati Bengals. But it's 3 teams right now that I say are peaking at the right time, and they look kind of scary. And the first team, they lost to one of the teams on this list. But the first team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Scary, man. I'm going to just say this. I think that if the Steelers get in the playoffs, which I think they will, if they make it, my prediction, I think I've said it already, they're going to the AFC Championship. If they get in the playoffs, because if they get in the playoffs, that means they have to beat Cincinnati next week and Denver the week after next. If they go 2-0 against them teams, I don't see no team beating them. Like, their defense is playing pretty well now, and forget pretty well, they're playing very good defensive football. But who's going to stop them on offense in the AFC? Maybe one other team, and that's the Denver Broncos. And they're the second team as far as peaking at the right time. Yes, they have Brock. He's playing sound football. He's not playing great football. Like I said, giving him too much credit. Peyton was hurt. But, hey, Brock, you're doing okay, though, man. I'm proud of you. But that defense is coming alive. The running game is coming alive. Hey, a Denver team in the cold, you have to go to the Denver Stadium. I was about to say Mile High. But you have to go up there, and Peyton's not playing quarterback? Or will he? I wonder if they're going to play him. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe stay with a hot hand. But this is a legend. You going to let the legend go out like that? Kubiak, do you have the balls? Just, I said, excuse my French, ladies. We talking football. Or gentlemen, if that's sensitive. I don't know. We're talking football. So if Kubiak has the balls to sit this guy down, wow. Much kudos, Kubio. But I don't think he has it, though. Don't think so. But team picking at the right time. And the Seattle Seahawks, I said last week, they had that look in their eye. They look kind of scary. And right now, that team looks scary. The defense, even though they gave up some yards against Pittsburgh last week, but they played pretty well. They came up big in certain times of the game, just like the old Seahawks team. Well, I shouldn't say old because it's still basically the same team. But still, them dudes are playing great football. And the funny thing is, I believe they felt like, hey, why don't we get back to our old team? And what I mean by that is, the tight end, Jimmy Graham, got hurt. He's out for the season. All of a sudden, they look better. But then on top of that, a great pickup, which we thought was a great pickup, Kerry Williams, they cut him. Are they going to cut him? They said, forget that. We going to old school, our old way. And then if you notice, like I talked about before, Richard Sherman is following the best receiver. So I don't think we can blame Richard Sherman because, like he said, he's been doing what the coaches asked him to do. But I don't even think it was Pete Carroll. I think it was Dan Quinn. And now if you notice, since Dan Quinn is out, the new defensive coordinator is letting him follow the best receiver, and he's doing a heck of a job. So those are my three teams, Seattle Seahawks, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Denver Broncos, that are peaking at the right time. Watch out. Can we see a Pittsburgh-Seattle rematch in the Super Bowl? We don't know. It's a possibility. I'm saying they're not going to get there, but it's a possibility because they're playing great football. All right. So now I want to talk about the best decision the NFL made. And it is moving the extra point back. This year has been crazy when it comes to extra points. And it's funny because it's deciding games, and that's what the NFL wanted. I mean, beforehand, if it was time for extra point, you would go to the refrigerator, go text, you may go see what your wife is doing. That was, we didn't care. You know what I'm saying? But now this extra point, it matters, and is like very important for you to watch. If you're superstitious like I am, you have to watch it. You have to see what's going on. This week, it was 8 extra point misses. Just this week alone, which all of last year it was only 8 misses from, for the extra point. And you had 8 misses this week alone. Ridiculous. Best move. So now, I always come up with the best, I'm sorry, not the best, but who's getting the most credit that they shouldn't deserve. Who's getting too much credit? Who's getting too much credit this week? So let's go through it. So the first week, I said it was Jeremy Langford. Second week, I said it was Brock Osweiler. Last week, I gave it to Matt Hasselbeck. So who do I think is getting the most credit this week that they don't deserve? It's hard to say, man, but I guess it should be Aaron Rodgers. I mean, think about it. Aaron Rodgers come in, make the great play. They're interviewing him. He threw a 70-yard pass. But if it wasn't for the horrible play by the defense, Aaron Rodgers he'd probably be getting the garbage player of the week from me or other players. You didn't do anything spectacular. The best thing you did was act like you got your face mask grab move. That was the best thing you did, and you're losing your mojo, sir. What's going on? What's going on, man? And I love it. I hated that you won, but I'm loving that you're losing your mojo. Yeah, I'll admit it. I'm a Aaron Rodgers. God, I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. I respect him, but I can't stand him. I'm a Bears fan. What you expect? Getting too much credit. You're getting too much credit, sir. Didn't do anything out the ordinary. Cam could have threw that past 70 yards. I believe Russell Wilson could have threw that play past 70 yards. It's a lot of quarterbacks that could have made that play. But you made it. You won. Good job. But I don't think you deserve any credit. Usually I say you don't deserve that much credit. You don't deserve any credit, sir. So let's see. Let's move on, man. I have to really get down with this topic right here. I had an interesting conversation today with some friends of mine that's on Facebook. All of us are into sports. Everybody got their own avenue when it comes to sport things that they're doing. I'd say shouts out to Mike Patton. Catch him. I think it's the Everyday Sports blog. Mike, if I said it wrong, I apologize. But I don't have it out in front of me right now. Mr. Kyle Nash, shouts out to him. Lamont Brodus, the sportsologist. Monty, with his show, which is called The Show, on the Sports Hound Network, on Blog Talk Radio, and my man Big TJ, who's also the co-host of The Show with Monty, and also he has this show on the 3-Point Conversion station, which what you're listening to right now. And his show is called Sports and Nonsense. Check it out. It's a great show. Matter of fact, check out all of them that all doing one unbelievable things. Even Joel Schaefer was in this, but he really wasn't a part. He was with me, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so it came up when we were talking about how Cam is not getting too much credit, and they think he should be the MVP. But I believe that he's been getting MVP talks especially for the last 2 weeks. But I said for the last 5 or 6 weeks, they don't believe me. They say no. I don't know. I'm in Georgia. A lot of people talking about Cam. They talk about him on NFL Network. I know they don't do it on the 4-letter network that much, you know how they go. But regardless, whatever. So, and they saying he should be in the MVP, which I believe right now he should be, just based on the NFL. With the NFL, how it works is the MVP doesn't mean the most valuable for the team. No, it doesn't mean that. It should. That's what we want it to be. That's what it should be, TJ. I agree. But we all know it's a political thing. It's based on what? Your stats. You have to have great stats, have to be popular, and your team has to be winning or have to be winning. You have to have a great record for the most part, unless you do something just out of the ordinary. For instance, 1997, Barry Sanders ran for over 2,000 yards. The first 2 games, he ran for 50 yards combined. The next 14, he ran for a total of 2,001 yards in 14 games. The last 14 games. And Brett Favre was the co-MVP that year. Like, really? Brett Favre, he had 36 touchdowns, I think, 36, like 14 interceptions, something like that. I don't know. But come on, man. Brett Favre should have got the MVP with Barry Sanders. Are you serious? But that's how it goes. The year when Stephen McNair got it, but they gave co-MVP to Peyton Manning. That's what I'm saying. So, it just depends on you popular, but I think you should get it. So, in saying that, who's playing better right now? Is it Cam Newton or is it Russell Wilson? You all know Russell Wilson is my favorite player. That's my dude. We all know that. But I like Cam too. You might say, Raphael, you dog Cam. No, I dog Cam because a lot of people be on his job like that. You know what I'm saying? When he messes up, they don't want to say he messes up. It's just the way people talk about Cam, and I only do it to pick on certain people. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I like Cam. I like Cam coming in the league. He's a beast. It's a lot of things I feel like he can work on, like his footwork and stuff like that. But Cam is working with less talent than most of these other quarterbacks. We know that. But anyway, back to the question. Who's playing better, Cam Newton or Russell Wilson? So I like to back up my facts with stats. But I'm just not just going to go by stats. Okay, so let's look at this. So the last 3 weeks, Russell Wilson has thrown for 990 yards, 11 TDs, no interceptions, and 1 rushing touchdown. Spectacular. Excuse me. Cam Newton, for the last 3 games, has thrown for 960 yards, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 1 rushing touchdown. Besides the interception, pretty much is kind of even. I'm not even going to be picky like that. Well, Cam has I'm not going to be picky like that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to throw a quarter interceptions. I mean, true, Wilson should get credit for not throwing interceptions, but this is close. So now let me go to the players he's playing around as far as the offensive side, because these are offensive numbers. I'm not talking about wins because both of them have great defenses. So both have boo-boo wide receivers. I'm sorry, y'all, for putting my hand in the camera like that if you're watching on the YouTube channel or actually on the 3-point conversion website where I'm putting this video up. But anyway, both of them have boo-boo receivers. Cam has maybe the second or third best tight end in the league. I say second. I think to me, Eifert catches touchdowns. We know Gronk is the best. Eifert for Cincinnati catches a lot of touchdowns, but I think Olsen is a better tight end overall, better than him. So, but he has the second best tight end in the league. Not Cam's fault. Russell had Jimmy Graham, who was playing like he was counterfeit, but he's hurt now. But still, Russell's doing his thing as well. None of them have great receivers, like I said, or even good receivers. So I might need something to drink. I'm parched. But so then I look at them running the football. Both of them can run the football. Russell had a 51-yard touchdown. We all know what Cam can do when it's 3rd and 3 and 3rd and 2. So, man, who's playing the best football right now between those? Even. It seems like it. Nah, it's not. Because we all know every now and then Cam's going to throw a ball in the dirt, or he's going to throw the ball up high over his receiver. I call it the Donovan McNabb. Where he, every now and then, out of 5 balls, you're going to get one of those balls. You're going to be looking like, okay, what is he doing? Why is he, what was he thinking, or why did he throw it like that? Then Cam's mechanic aren't that good, and he's still balling. But the thing is, you throwing off your back foot. That's why some of those throws aren't that well. Now, he made a sick off the back foot throw to Ted Ginn, and true enough, if Ted Ginn decided to catch a touchdown and stop dropping the ball, Cam will have more touchdowns. But still, the mechanics. But then let's see who they've been playing. Cam hadn't played a great defense. Washington is a good defense. I give them that. They're a pretty good defense. And he torched them for 5 touchdowns. Pittsburgh is a pretty good defense. I think they're better than Washington, I think. And he threw for 5 against them. All right. Carolina played New Orleans, threw for 5 more touchdowns. New Orleans probably has the worst passing defense in the league right now. But still, he battled back, threw 5 touchdowns. Russell went to Minnesota, and threw for 3 more and a rushing touchdown. I got to give an edge to Russell Wilson, y'all. I mean, like I said, he has no line, no receivers. Right now, his tight ends are suspect. That dude just gets it done. He knows how to win. Am I being biased? Nope, I'm not. I'm just talking truth. What I say, we shame the devil and tell the truth on this show. Cam Newton is playing out his mind right now. I'm not saying he's horrible. I'm not saying he's not that good. He's playing great football. But again, his mechanics, the teams he's playing against, take full advantage of. You know, when Marcus Mariota lit up New Orleans, or Eli threw for 6 touchdowns, or whatever he threw for, I'm just saying. So you expect that. I expect that. But anyway, it's been a great show. Oh, I have to say, man, Jameis Winston that dude is the truth. I keep telling y'all, a lot of people came up talking to me, Mr. Randy Gratham. If I said your last name wrong, hey, Randy, you know who you are, a Bears fan. You talked about Jameis so much, man. You said that dude is not that good. He's not good. He's garbage. I tell you, he's going to be like didn't you call him a Ryan Leaf? Dogged him. They're 6-6, and it's because of Jameis Winston. Did you see that run he did? Great play. But he's a winner. He's a winner, man. That's all he is a winner. That's what he knows how to do, win. And he's a leader. That dude can throw the ball. Telling y'all, man, y'all gonna learn to listen to me. Y'all going to learn to listen to me. Now, Of course, if you talk about Jameis, you have to talk about Mariota. And Mariota, that dude is nice. I like Mariota. I didn't like him in college, but I like him. Like Mariota. But Jameis Winston, nice. It's a quarterback right there. Both of them are going to have great careers, I think. I think that both teams got it right, you know? So, but anyway, that's my show. I appreciate you all for listening. Big TJ is still on. I ain't forgot. Let's get it on. I'm ready. Who else? Am I missing somebody? No, I'm not missing anyone. I appreciate you, Mr. William Daniels. I appreciate you, sir, for listening, man, for supporting. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, man. Mr. Kyle Seaberg, I appreciate you, baby, for listening. I appreciate it. Trust me, I do. You know, special shout outs to my wife, Mrs. Controversy. Just had a birthday. We did it up. Love you, baby. I'm out. Peace. See y'all next week. Same time, same person, same place. Will you miss me? I'm out.